G'day folks, Starlo here with another instalment of the Fishing Hub. We've had a couple of months off, but we're back, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you one of these fishing hubs every month from now on. We've really missed presenting these shows to you guys, and hopefully you've missed watching them. We've got a beaut show for you tonight. We called it Fish Tech, and it's all about the changing technology of fishing. Yeah, people have mixed feelings about technology and fishing. I know that some people look at modern sounders and electronics and things and think, you know, it's not really fair to the fish, but to be honest with you, we need every advantage we can get to keep up with the changing fishing patterns. More people out there chasing, in some cases, less fish. So technology can be a really useful thing to keep you on the cutting edge and keep you catching fish sometimes when people around you are not catching them. Now we've got our regulars. We've got Robbie Alexander from Robbie Fishing, of course, and we've got the wonderful Shroom, but we've also got a new guest presenter tonight, and it's Roman from Roaming Productions. He lives in Canberra, and most of you who are into your freshwater fishing, particularly if you love chasing Murray cod and yellowbelly, will know all about Roman. He's an absolute legend, and very few people that I know are more across the new technologies in depth sounders and imaging that's happening right there under the boat at the time than Roman, and he's going to show you some absolutely wonderful stuff tonight. We might have a few other surprises in store for you too, and as always, you can ask us questions online. We'll try and get back to you. If we can't get back to you this evening while the show's actually playing, we'll try to answer your questions later. Make sure that you jump on and follow and like our various pages on Facebook, and of course our YouTube channels, Robbie Fishing, Shroom Fishing, Roman's Roaming Productions, and my own Starlo Gets Real. We'd love to see you on there. We've got new stuff going up all the time, some really exciting shows. I've been doing quite a bit of fishing myself since we last got together. I've been chasing trout on fly a fair bit. I actually got down to Robbie Alexander's part of the world and went fishing in some of the small streams down there using a little 3-weight fly rod. Robbie gave me a heads up on some great little streams to fish in. We were going to try and catch up while I was down there, but we just couldn't quite get it together. But he pointed me in the right direction, and I caught heaps of fish. Little trout, you know, none of them were really even big enough to keep, but it was so much fun, and it's a beautiful part of the world down there in northern Victoria. All right, without any further ado, let's cross over to Robbie Alexander from Robbie's Fishing and see what he's got for us tonight.
G'day everyone. When I go fishing, I like to employ the KISS system. KISS as in God gave rock and roll to you, gave rock and roll to you. KISS as in keep it simple, stupid. I like to keep things simple. I don't like to overcomplicate things or make things more technical than they can be. I don't like to overthink things. I like to keep it simple, stupid, and I'm quite a basic fisherman. In saying that, there are a few technical gadgets that I like, and the one that I like the most would have to be this fish finder from Deeper. This is the Deeper Chirp Plus fish finder. Deeper are a company based in Lithuania that make these small little hand grenade coloured and sized castable fish finders. They have a range of them tailored to your specific budget. This one here is the top of their line model. That is the Deeper Chirp Plus 2, and that is about $450. This is the next one under, and it's just a little bit cheaper. That's the Deeper Chirp Plus. The only difference between these two is that this one has a much bigger battery. They both do much the same thing. Their cheapest model is the Deeper Start, and that starts from around about $160. So they range from $160 to $450. But what are Deeper fish finders? That is the transducer of a fish finder. On your boat, you might have a transducer hooked underneath the fish finder with a cable running up to a screen. This doesn't have the cable or the screen because this is your screen. You cast this out onto the water and it sends a Wi-Fi signal back to your screen, and it shows you where the fish are. It shows you where the structure is. It is a fish finder designed for bank fishermen, bank fishing, shore-based fishermen, but it can be adapted to be used in a boat or in your kayak. I use it in my kayak quite a bit. Now, There's various models. The deepest start, which is the bottom line, the $160 one, well, that's good for kids and family outings, just to have a bit of fun, cast it out, see how deep it is, sort of thing. Then you get right up to the deeper Chirp Plus model, the Chirp Plus and the Chirp Plus 2. They use chirp technology, and that just gives you a greater definition. You can see where all the logs are, you can see the structure, you can see the weeds, you can see the depth, the whole lot. Now, you can download the Deeper app and use it without a fish finder. You can use it as a digital diary, as a map, as a digital record of your fishing adventures, but obviously to get the most out of it, you will need a fish finder. Now, in my video today, I'm actually going to show you a couple of examples. I've used them just, in one video I use it to find the deepest, best spots to place some crayfish nets, and in another video, the first one I'm going to show you, I use it to help me catch a redfin. This little creek that I'm fishing tonight in this video, I've fished here a lot on my channel. Those that watch my channel a lot will be very familiar with this creek. But I'd never sounded it out. I'd never been snagged, but I'd never actually seen how deep it was. So I thought, for a bit of fun, I'll throw it on and just get a bit of a feel of how deep that spot is. And I was looking at where it was deeper and how it sort of came up shallower at the bottom of the pool. And then at one point I went past some weeds and it picked up something on the bottom. I've never been snagged in this spot, so I thought, it's got to be a fish, doesn't it? I put a line out and within a few minutes I caught a redfin. It was only a small redfin, but I can tell you with 100% certainty that I would not have put my line in that particular spot had I not seen it. I normally have, when I fish this spot, I have my bait up against the reeds on one side and the bait on the other side up against a bank. Because there's no snags, I like to fish close to the edges where the fish might be able to hide. But on this occasion, the fish finder showed me that there was something out in the open, and I put it out there and I caught a little fish. G'day everyone, what a magnificent afternoon to come fishing. And today I'm fishing in this little creek and I'm fishing for a redfin, otherwise known as English perch. That one can go there. And rod number 2 I might just put down there. Seems to be a little bit deeper where I put that rod there. Actually, I've got my deeper fish finder in the car. I should get it out and just see if I can find where the deeper spots are, where the more likely the fish are more likely to be holding. I might do that actually. Rightio, I've connected my deeper Chirp Plus. This is a mustard fast hash. This is actually the same line clip that I use on a Murray cod fishing. Best line clips on the market as far as I'm concerned. How deep is it over there? It's 90 centimetres. That's actually, it's a metre. That's actually deeper than what I thought it was. It's a flat, quite featureless bottom. 1 metre. You know, that way out there in the middle of that wide part of the creek, it's only 60 centimetres. There's something showing up just there. There's a few things showing up on the bottom of the screen here. It might be a snag or a log, or there's something sitting on the bottom. 80 centimetres. 80 centimetres just in front of those reeds over there. There's something on the bottom there too. Not much, might be just a stick or a little branch or something down there. Could be a fish. Could be a bit of wood, could be anything, but there's something on the bottom just in front of those tussocks. And now it's dropping down to 90 centimetres. And something on the bottom just there too, out in the middle. There's a little, I don't know whether you can see that in the GoPro or not, but there's just something sitting off the bottom just there. I might put this other line here, just out there I reckon. Alright folks, I'm going to put this one over there. Because what I learnt with my deeper Chirp Plus is that it's a really flat, muddy bottom with no structure. And to be quite honest, I've never lost a hook and sinker in this spot. And that explains why. There's no snags. Something showed up just up there in the middle, like a little snag of some description. And because there's no snags in the creek here anywhere, I think the best spot to find a fish is going to be close to them reeds, because they've got no logs or anything to hide behind. So the only place they can hide for safety from cormorants or whatever they want to hide from is around the edges, around those weeds, and even under this bank just here. So I think the banks, the edges, are going to be the best spot to fish. Now, after looking at the deeper, I can see that it's about a metre through here, between 80 and 100 centimetres right through here. Then as it widens up down there, it gets a lot shallower. Down there was only 60 centimetres right out in the middle, so it's 30 centimetres deeper here. So we've got a deeper channel, then it sort of goes up down there where the current slows down. Over around the edges here, there was a little bit of structure of some kind just in front of those reeds, and there was a little bit over there where I've just put this rod as well. So because they're the only spots where anything showed up, and they're close to the reeds and they're the deepest part of the little creeky, I'm going to concentrate my efforts around those weed beds over there. Give me a nibble on this rod. Here we go. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Something's sucking on it. Got him. Oh, you got to be joking. I've caught my target species, folks. Look at that. That is what I came here for. It's not a surprise bycatch today. It's exactly what I was after. He's got the hook down a bit low, which is a bit of a bugger. I'm trying to get it out. No, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. Look at that. There's a little bit of blood here, but I reckon he'll be fine. I've caught exactly what I came here for. A redfin. I came here last year and caught a stack of carp and 1 Murray cod. This year I've been here twice and I've caught 2 redfin. Now I am going to be 100% honest. My line wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for my deeper chirp. I initially had it in down there, but the deeper chirp just showed that there's something on the bottom over there, some kind of structure or something, and it's nice and deep and it's close to the weeds. And I just thought that is the spot to go, given the structureless nature of the creek. I chose that spot based on the readout from my deeper chirp plus, and it paid off. There you go. Now that's a good example of how you can use the deeper fish finders. Now, I don't use them all the time. I don't use them on every trip. In fact, I've fished that spot probably 50 times in the last few years, and I've only used it once, because I only need to use it once. I know what's there. I've already learnt what's there. They come in handy when you're fishing in new spots you haven't fished before. When I go cod fishing, I might try and find some new hidden structures under the water that I don't know are there, or just find the drop-offs and the ledges. Once I find them, well then each time I go back, I already know where the good spots are. I always have it in my backpack when I'm cod fishing, but I don't always use it. Here in Merriwa Park, here in Wangaratta, Victorian Fisheries stock Merriwa Park Lake with a couple of 100 trout every year for the school holidays. Now, I had a bit to do with it. I contacted fisheries and put in a request and went through all the channels. But one of the things that I'd done was I took my very first one of these, which was the Deeper Pro Plus, the black one. I took that down and I cast it from the bank, and I was able to see the depth, see how big it was. And I then contacted fisheries and was able to give them the data about how deep it was. It's 9 feet out in the middle, and it comes up to around 3 feet before it's sort of a little bit shallow around the edges. I was able to do all that and tell fisheries because of my deeper fish finder, my black one, my Deeper Chirp Plus. Now, in this video, which I'm about to show you, I took it crayfishing. The purpose of it this time was I wanted to find a spot that was deep and not too snaggy. There's no point dropping a crayfish net this round down onto a heap of snags, because you probably won't get it back, and if you do, well, it may not be sitting on the bottom and the crayfish will come up from underneath and get the meat anyway. So I want it sitting on the bottom. So I use my deeper, I think it's this one in this video, the Deeper Chirp Plus. I use that to find the depth and see how deep it is, and I don't reap big rewards, but I do reap some rewards. Check this out. This is the Deeper Flexible Arm 2.0. It's the second version. I've got the original version at home. It's the same bit here, but it just screwed straight into the top of the Deeper. The problem was when waves went past, they went underwater and then went out of the water. And the problem that I had, particularly in my longer kayak, which is my Dagger Echo, being longer and skinnier, it wobbles a bit, which means deeper up, deeper down, deeper up, deeper down. And it wasn't working to its full efficiency. The Deeper 2.0, I'll clamp that under my kayak, but it's got this part on the end called a wave rider, which makes it go like that. So as I wobble in the kayak, the Deeper sort of sits still, you see that? Or if I'm in a boat and waves are going past, it enables it just to float up and down and keep it, which should maintain a much stronger Wi-Fi connection and also maintain contact with the satellites for the mapping feature. Rightio, here's me Deeper Flexible Arm 2.0. And that should have plenty of movement downwards and plenty of movement upwards. Now, the Deeper 2.0 flexible arm comes with a really awesome lanyard, but mine's on the bench at home. So I've got a little bit of orange tradie string here. Right, so right here, directly under where I am now, it's 2.9 metres, and there's a big snag and it's showing a couple of fish. I might just turn the fish alarm off. Fish sizes, fish icons, turn them off. Right, 3.5. Right here into this tree looks like the right spot to go. It's quite clear down there and it's 3.7 metres, 3.8. just hit 4.7 metres, just near the upstream of this rope. They're 4.7 metres directly under this rope swing. 4.7 metres, wow. 3.7 metres along this bank. Certainly deep enough here too, just a fair bit of current, that's all. It's 3.5 metres here, and there's not a lot of current, so I could probably get away with putting a net in right here where I am now, but there's a lot of snags on the bottom, and here comes a real big one just showing up on the sounder here now. I reckon that if I was to put a, let's see if I can get them a bit better. I reckon that if I was to drop a crane net in here, it'd be an absolute death trap. Rightio, net number 1. Can you deliver? These nets have been in a little bit over an hour now. Doesn't feel heavy. Doesn't feel promising at all. Oh yes, I've got a little one. You beauty. Even though he's only very, very, very tiny, that has made my day because that has told me that they're here. Rightio. This was the net that caught a crayfish before. It's the only net that's caught a crayfish today. Can it catch a crayfish again? Moving out into the current here, which is always a bit of a concern. And I've got a big one. Look, your beauty. He's nearly a legal cray, I reckon. Actually got eggs. Look, I said before, if I catch one, I'll take it back to the car and I'll take it back to the car and get a photo. But I'm not going to worry about her because she's got eggs, so she can just go straight back. She'd be almost legal, I reckon, or pretty close to it. Anyhow, sweetheart, before I drift too far away, see you later, darls. It's funny how often I go craying and catch all my crays in the one net. Well, it seems to happen a lot. Right, this one was snagged. It's off now though. Right, what have we got? Oh look, 2. It started off really slow. 2, but they're both undersized. Now I said I was going to take one back for a photo, but you bite me on the leg down there, mister. Well, that's a male, but he's undersized. I won't worry about the photo actually. Problem is, if I put that in the bucket, I'm then in possession of an undersized crayfish. And if I say I just wanted it for a photo, they might not buy that and I might get pinged. A lovely undersized male crayfish. Just beautiful.
How interesting are those deep R castable depth sounders that Robbie uses? I can think of a few applications for those myself. In fact, while I was watching that, I was thinking how useful they might be for four-wheel drive enthusiasts for checking out the depth of river crossings before they drive across them. You're always told, of course, to wade through first and check that there are no deep holes or whatever. But what about if you're up on Cape York and there's a few of those snappy handbag crocodiles around? You don't want to be wading into muddy water. I could see one of those deep R's being really useful. Just cast it out there and check where you're going to drive across. Just a thought and another possible application for them. But talking about sounders, I mentioned earlier that we've got a guest presenter tonight in the form of Roman from Roaming Productions, and he knows more about sounders. I reckon he's probably forgotten more about sounders than most of us will ever know, and he really knows how to use them. Check him out.
G'day all, my name's Roman. I'm a passionate freshwater lure specialist and I specialise in targeting big Murray cod and golden perch. I do dabble with redfin, trout, bass in the fresh, and also go down the salt to get my salt fix. I'm based in Canberra, so why wouldn't you? So I'm here today to run you through some of my fishing technology. We're talking about technology here today, and I've got a 10-minute clip that I've whittled down from over an hour just to show you what I look for when I'm fishing. So I'm targeting the Murray cod primarily using my lipless crankbait vertical technique that I've been honing over the last 7 or 8 years. And in this clip, you're going to see me trying to catch a Murray cod ultimately, but also trying to catch the golden perch that are within this tree. They're hiding within the branches, I can clearly see that. And there's also redfin perch within there as well. So I'm working the complete food chain. So live technology is about finding the fish. And as Rexy always says it's no good being where the fish ain't. And that's what live sonar gives you. You can see where the fish are, you can see where they're not, you can see where the structure, where they'll hold is and not. So it is another tool in our arsenal, just like your standard 2D traditional sonar, your structure scan and your side scan, but the live is so much fun. The anticipation you get seeing the screen, not only seeing the fish eat your lure, but seeing the fish not eat your lure. For me, I go out fishing and I want that adrenaline rush, and I get constant adrenaline rush and that heightened anxiety every time I see a fish moving to my lure. So it's a tool that we've got to learn to work with, because it's not as easy as it seems. You may see a clip like this one or shorter ones online, and it's not that easy. You have to hone your skills. It's really finite, and it does get really, really tricky, especially when there's wind involved and there's other elements. It's not as easy as it sounds. So Murray cod season has started. I'll be targeting Murray cod in my local area, and we've had a real bumper rain spring. So a lot of rain means cold, dirty and high water. So the way that I'm going to target the fish initially is with really loud lures that have a presence. So your spinnerbaits, your mumbler style lures, your bigger swim baits, and let's not forget top water. When the water's dirty, top water, the fish are always going to see it. We know they can feel it with their lateral line in the extremely dirty stuff. They can't necessarily see it. So add a bit of contrast. So go those whites, go those blacks, or go those really hot colors like fire tiger. They're the tips to hopefully get a big Murray cod on the end of your rod. And I'd like to thank Rexy and the team. So Starlo, Shroom, Robbie Alexander, I've been watching, and the stuff has been top notch. And I've been watching Rex Hunt Fishing Adventures ever since I was a wee tacker. So I'm absolutely chuffed to be here today. And thanks Rex for inspiring me. Thank you Starlo as well. I'm glad to be here with you, and hopefully you'll be able to learn a little bit or just view something you haven't seen before. Fish Tech, Lowrance Active Target Live Sonar. Let's get to it. The fish are extremely shut down. The golden perch and the Murray cod are not having a bar of anything I'm throwing down. It's towards the end of the day now. I've been out for about 5 hours. So I'm going to throw down the Storm Gamoku Ultra Blade again. It's a ton of damage in the past for me. This little black with red fleck. It's a 7.5 gram model. Let's drop this down along this tree and see if we can get one of those golden perch to come out and play. Okay, my lure's just heading down. There are redfin perch down here as well, but there are plenty of golden perch. Let's see if we can get those golden perch to play the game. I've got a ready straight up. That's not what we want. That's not what we want. We're going to try and get one of those native fish happening, and I can see one at the bottom of the screen here. There's a little rock at the base of this tree. So I'll just drop that down. And that lure's heading straight down. Let's see if we can get one of these golden perch to come off this tree, because there's plenty around here. Another redfin. Okay. We don't want these fish, but if they're going to work these yellow belly off the tree with just the activity, it's worth it. Okay. They're there, I can see them. There's a couple up high underneath the boat. I'm just going to bring that lure up, and they're sitting super high, which usually indicates they're not going to be feeding at all. Oh, there's a golden perch coming in. There's actually a couple more. This is a good fish. This is a good fish. This is a very good fish. This might even be a cod. I have to get down my other rod right now because this is a honker of a golden perch or a Murray cod. And it's down there right where my lure's descending to. I've got two lures going. Oh, the big one is down there right on the bottom. Just got spooked. Like I said, they were very spooky, but then I've got my little vibe on the left, and I've got, oh, look at the size of that one. Oh, that is such a big fish. Oh, it's heading downtown, so both my lures are going to go down now to the bottom. Let's see which one it wants. Doesn't matter. 20 pound on the left, 40 pound on the right. There is fish galore down here. Let's just hope that one of those natives will bite. Okay, I'm going to let this other riffin wrap sit on the bottom. I'm going to work up this Storm Gamoku Ultra Blade, and it's got the attention of a golden. It's looking at it. Take it, take it, take it. Oh, I turned away at the last second. And that's where this active target live sonar comes into its own. It's so clear. Just look at the bottom. Look how crisp and clear that tree is. Look at that rock boulder. Look at the fish when they come in, especially those big ones. You see the tail move, you see the body sway. You can tell what type of fish it is. There was a golden perch in there, and if that one individual fish was a golden perch, which was dwarfing the rest, it was an absolute honker, but I got a feeling that one actually was a cod. And those redfin perch are packed pretty tight up in that tree. I am just going to head over to that tree just a little bit. Oh, there's a fish right down on the bottom. Lucky I have my rod there, click into gear. Always have your rod in, or your reel in free spool, because a fish will take it off the bottom quite easily, and if you leave that engaged, you will have a missing rod. My lure on the bottom and about 7 meters. There's fish moving in. Hugging tight on this tree. Not playing the game, but I'm not going to give up until I have to leave, which is very soon. But just one fish will be a win for me. It's extremely quiet. There's a golden up high. Golden up high. Bring my lure up over to it. Oh, look at that size of that fish there. That's a cod, 100%. 100% big cod. Big cod. Big cod. Very big cod. He's going down. Oh, look, you can see both sides of the fins when he's come broadside. That is incredible. That is incredible. He's down there. Get rid of the little one. I'm focusing just on the big one here. My goodness, that cod came in. That golden perch just went goodbye, and then the cod started coming in towards me, and I could see both the pectoral fins. My goodness. Oh, there's a golden on it, up high in the water column. Grab the Rapala Rip and Wrap. Oh, it's right on it. Take it. No, it turned away at the last second. Oh my goodness. Come on, you're right there. Oh yep, yellows are coming up. Oh no. Yep, right on it. Come in. Come in and steal it off these redfin. Oh, look at that fish down the bottom. It just came up. Oh, got him, got it. Took it on the drop. This is a good... Yes, took it on the drop. Finally. Finally. Finally, a nice cod on the active target. Took it on the drop. How good's that? It's only a little one, but it's still a cod on the active target. Oh yeah, that is what we're talking about. Oh yes! Yes, I saw it. Take it on the active target. That is absolutely fantastic. That was taken on the Storm Gamoku Azura jigging stick with the 13 range of fishing reels, which I absolutely love. I'm vertically working my Rapala Rip and Wrap. I've been working this tree for a while. I've had cod come in. I could see their pectoral fins and I spotted this one sitting on the bottom. I had my lure down in free spool sitting on the bottom, even though I was sitting down having my lunch. And as soon as I saw that on the active target, I got up and started jigging, raised that up, raised my lure up off the bottom, and then I had yellow belly follow it up and then dropped it straight back down, and this cod mixed in with those golden perch and those redfin just went boom. That's what we're talking about, vertically working, utilizing electronics, even on those super tough days like this one is, right at the death, was able to get a solid little Gugong Murray cod. Let's have a look at it. Check out this beautiful Gugong cod on the Rapala Rip and Wrap, caught on the active target. Saw this fish take it on the drop. Beautiful fish. Let's let this one go. See you later, mate.
You know, I reckon I must have watched that segment of Romans about a dozen times now, and I still get pumped every time I watch it. Just seeing how those fish react or don't react to the lure, seeing the little redfin get pulled up, and then finally seeing that cod nail his lure. If you want to see the full-length version of it, plus a whole lot of other great segments, make sure you go to Roman's YouTube channel. He's an absolute legend. And speaking of legends, we've got another one coming up for you. Over to you, Shroom.
G'day guys, Shroom here again. It's been several weeks. I hope you missed me. I've certainly been out there fishing in the meantime, in between the last show and this one. And this is actually the final show of the year. So we're going to go out with a bang on fishing technology. But anyway, we've just had a sale period. Good Friday, Cyber Monday. And I'll tell you what, like any true Aussie, I went out there and I smashed. I bought heaps of stuff. I smashed the sales. Plenty of lures, plenty of jig heads, bunch of braid, etc, etc. Hope you guys made a killing out there yourself. And, you know, because we're heading towards the festive season, this is the last show of the year, I'd like to wish everyone watching that's been with us from the start, and anyone that's just joining us now, a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, because this next part that I'm introducing is the last segment that I'm going to have for the year. And if you want to catch me, go check out my channel on channel Shroom on YouTube. But anyway, enough about that. Just going along with the theme, let me just say that this segment that I'm going to be introducing next, I'll go out with my boy Terry and we go chasing some fish offshore. Now the plan was to set a spread of, you know, some squid skirts and try to tempt the tuna and such, but it didn't go according to plan. So we ended up at Brown's Mountain, And I'll tell you what, that was the first time I was there that far offshore, and you know, everything, as I was like a little kid in a candy store there. Everything was just amazing. We used electric reels, which is, you know, the fishing tech that I'm talking about in this video. Dropped it down about 400 meters with some really gnarly pieces of lead that that Terry was able to make up. It was, I think it was about a kilogram in weight. Put baits on that, sent that down, and geez, once you get that bite and you're sure that you've got a fish on, you press that button and it just winds it straight up to the surface. Now, I can't remember exactly how far up he brought it. I think it was about 20 meters, just before the level of the water, and then you had to do the rest of it manually, and geez, holding that combo was pretty tiring. But anyway, it was an interesting day. So guys, check this one out and enjoy the show.
Yep, we've got at least one jemmy by the look of it. Is it a jemmy? Yeah, it's a jemmy. There's at least one. Yeah, there's one.
Yeah, there's one.
Like a decent fish.
G'day guys, welcome to the video. Coming at you from the middle of nowhere in the Pacific Ocean on planet Earth. Pacific Ocean, aren't we? Is this the Pacific Ocean?
Yeah, it's one of the oceans.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
That's the best way to describe this place. We're in the Pacific Ocean today. Yeah, we're gonna put out a spread of lures, see what we get. So Terry's just clipping on a diver. I'm gonna set that down the back. How many meters are we setting it down?
It's still about 9 meters more or less.
Rightio, so we just set the last of the spread. Now we just have to wait. Fingers crossed we get a bite. I think I saw something pop. I think I saw something pop behind. Yeah. What's that? Yeah, in front here.
There's more tuna.
Yeah.
Let's see if we get a hit.
I thought I saw a hit that way. Hit out that way too. See there.
Did you see him?
Yeah, I saw him. Yeah.
See him at all?
No, I'm watching this side. Whoa, yeah. Oh, it's gone off. I think it's off. Yeah, it's gone now. Alright guys, looks like we just got the one run on the troll. So we're going to try something different. We're going to head over to Browns and do some deep dropping now. As you would expect, it looks pretty busy down at Browns. As you can see over there in the distance, there's a mini car park going on. So might have to find our own space on the outskirts. No, it's alright.
Hi everyone! Look how flat it looks when you sit here.
It's so flat, huh?
Everything's in. What do we need? We need this bag.
Yeah, really excited over this deep drop. This is going to be the first time. First time I'm doing this. The first time I've been to Browns. We're just setting up the electric right now. So getting all the rigs tied on. Well, getting the rig tied on to the end of that. Whoa. That's the sinker.
Alright, Terry's just cutting up some bait now. I'm just going to set us up, drive us over to our drift point. Right, we just let the bait hit the bottom. I can't believe that it's actually 400 meters down. This is my first time here, so this just blows my mind how deep this place is. On the dial.
Yeah, we got a fish on.
Yeah. It's twitching a little bit.
I reckon we got a fish on. Don't bring it up too crazy quick. There's definitely a fish there. We've got a fish, bro. We're gonna land this. Oh, look at him. He wants it. That's a jemmy. I'll put my money on jemmy. Hey, we marked that.
He is fighting. It is fighting. Once in a while, you can see that rod tip getting pumped.
Yeah, there's a fish there. It could be two. By the time they get to the top, they'll be smoked. They should stop very soon. 1 meter.
Alright.
Can you see colour yet?
No, I can't actually.
Oh my god.
It was fighting all the way up.
Yep, we've got at least one jemmy by the look of it. Is it a jemmy? Yeah, it's a jemmy. There's at least one. Yeah, there's one.
Yeah,
He
there's
looks
one.
like a decent fish. Is he right on the lip? Yeah, he's a good jemmy.
Nice.
Good jemmy. Where's the gaff?
Oh, you want me to do it?
Oh no. Fucking came off the hook.
Well, we got it.
What a timing.
Yeah, perfect.
Got him right in the eye too, poor bugger. It's a decent jemmy.
Yeah, nice one.
Beautiful.
Oh, there we go. Nice sized gemfish. First time I've seen one in the flesh.
That was lucky. He was swimming free, bro.
Yeah, well, it came right off. It came off at the end. I probably should have gaffed it. So for bait, we're using half slimies.
Look at that.
So we had 2 baits down. One got taken.
Target.
So we still got the other one, don't we? Alright, going for the next drop here.
There's a fish on that.
Yeah,
That's a fish on. That's a bit.
yeah, let's bring it up. Oh yeah, fish is still there.
There's a fish on it.
Still there.
There's a fish on. Unless that sinker can group fins. The question is, was it yakka or slimy that wins the f***ing contest?
Which one was on the bottom?
Bottom was the slimy, top was yakka.
So slimy then. At a guess, it'll be slimy. 80.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's,
50, 50, 40, it's flying. 20.
no, that's a meter. That's it. Alright, bring it to your left. Go left and go back to that rod holder. That's it. At least we've got gaff in this spot.
It's got weight, man.
Might have a double.
Certainly got weight.
Let me know when you see colour.
I'm seeing some color, yeah.
You see colour?
I'm seeing some color, yeah.
Single or double?
I can only see one so
Single.
far.
Oh, could be a double still. You might have a... No. Yeah, you got a double. That's a double. Oh no, it's not. It's just a big bait underneath. You got a decent.
It's a gem,
one there.
yeah, it's a gemmy.
Decent jimmy.
There we go.
Fish in the boat.
That was that on the top or the bottom?
That was actually on the top.
Top
No,
bait.
bottom. Sorry. Watch that hook down there.
Another nice gemmy.
More wire. Look at him, he's still fresh in his teeth.
Yeah,
Got the teeth on
nice.
that critter. Yeah, that's the way I want ya. Stay there, stay there. No, the circle's done its job in the corner of the jaw. Hey buddy, welcome. Just the center console.
Nice, just got a Jemmy. Another one right here. This is my first. Never caught one of these guys before. Big eyes, dangerous teeth by the looks of things. My first experience with them. Yeah, here we go. My first gemfish. Deep dropping. I didn't do very
Is that
much
actually
though.
recording?
The electric reel did all the work.
Is that actually on record? It's showing 5.
Alright guys, that's it from me today. Just gonna do a last drift. The trolling part of the day didn't go according to plan. Ended up here at Brown's, deep dropping, getting a couple of jemmies. So I got my first one. That was quite interesting. Great experience. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Easy guys. Hope you enjoyed.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
Electric reels, I've actually had a go with those out doing that deep dropping, and I found it absolutely fascinating. It's a very different kind of fishing, but there's a real lucky dip element to it. You don't know what you're going to pull up next out of those deep abyssal waters off the edge of the continental shelf. It's quite spooky sometimes what comes up out of the depths, but I can tell you one thing, you don't want to be winding them up by hand. You do need the assistance of those electric reels if you're going to do it properly. They're not cheap, and the good ones from companies like Shimano are actually quite expensive, but maybe you could ask Santa Claus for one, because it's only a couple of weeks till Christmas, folks. And I wanted to take this opportunity to wish you all a very merry and, most importantly, a safe Christmas. I know a lot of you will be getting out there on the water. It's going to be busy out there this year. This is probably the most freedom we've had to travel and do stuff in a couple of years now. And I think people are going to be really keen to get out there on the water. So just be careful. Just, take a little bit of care and a little bit of time with your boating and your driving, your rock fishing if you're into that, because unfortunately this can be a fairly tragic time of the year in terms of accidents, drownings and boat mishaps, people getting washed off the rocks and things like that. So please don't become one of those statistics. Look after yourself and look after your family out there. But anyway, that's about it from us for tonight. I hope you really enjoyed our Fish Tech episode of The Hub. Don't forget, if you've got some ideas for something you'd like to see us cover in future, just let us know. We'll do our best to get around to them. I'm not sure what date we'll be on in January, but if you follow our pages and our YouTube channels, we'll tell you on there and give you plenty of advance warning. Until then, this is Starlo wishing you tight lines, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.